they announced top Goldman Sachs lawyer Kathy Ruemmler to resign over Epstein links. What they forget to tell you is this was Obama's main lawyer when Obama was president. She was the main counsel. So the way they wrote the title makes you seem like they're taking a shot at who? At David Solomon.
Yep.
And they're taking a shot at Goldman. By the way, Rob, can you copy-paste her name and just go ask, who is she? Okay? Or go to her profile, LinkedIn, whatever you want to go to. There you go. Go a little bit lower, if you could. Zoom in. Zoom in, Rob.
Whoops.
So there you go. She was White House counsel to President Obama. But no, they put Goldman Sachs. What do you think is bigger? White House, what storyline is a bigger storyline? White House counsel to President Barack Obama fired due to ties to Epstein. And Rob, what came out in the Epstein files about her and Epstein? I mean, the way they were speaking was very mushy, like the relationship is a little bit.
She referred to him as Uncle Jeffrey. I have a newscast where they talk about the gifts that she received as well, if you'd like me to play.
Go ahead, Rob.
We begin here at 11 with breaking news. There is new fallout amid the release of the Epstein files. The top lawyer at Goldman Sachs, Kathy Ruemmler, is stepping down after emails showed that she had a close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Ruemmler was also White House counsel to former President Barack Obama. Newly released documents show that she called Epstein Uncle Jeffrey and accepted luxury gifts from the disgraced financier. Her resignation takes effect June 30th, and in a statement, Ruemmler said in part, "My responsibility is to put Goldman Sachs' interest first." The company's CEO said, "She will be missed. I accepted her resignation, and I respect her decision."
If this had been a conservative, the first two words would have been Trump lawyer quits.
Sure. 1,000%.
Those would have been the first two words.
For sure, but this is her current role right now, right? That's why they're.
It doesn't matter, Adam.
She got a high-end Hermes bag for $93.50. She got multiple bottles of wine, boots, a watch, and other clothing items. In one email, she wrote she was totally tricked out. Jeffrey's boots, handbag and watch, a Hermes Apple Watch band. She discussed which style she wanted in a 2018 email, and some reports suggest luxury coats and additional accessories like designer fur, trims, and other gifts. There you go.
I want to know why.
Good perspective.
Why was he so close to her that he felt he had to swag her up like that? Why? That's what I want to know. What was she doing for him? What work was she doing? He decided, man, I got to send swag. I just got to light up her lobby with her assistant dropping all this stuff in.
Are you lacking, are you discounting her ability to be a lawyer and practice law?
No. I want to know, what was she working on? What projects was she working on?
Well, she exchanged 11,300 emails from 2014 to 2019.
With Epstein?
With Epstein.
14 to 19?
Yeah.
11,000?
11,300.
Was she working with Obama at the time?
Kathy Obama.
14 she was.
From 2014 to 2019. That's one direct message on 70% of the days. And then banking billionaire Ariane de Rothschild sent or received 5,500 emails, while former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers exchanged 4,300 emails. So this is,
Epstein was into the Obama administration at least, 2013, 14, until he left office in January of 17. At least that. There's the overlap. We have the dates. Summers was his Treasury guy?
Yeah.
This is his lawyer?
Yep.
So here's what I think is going on, because you asked about grading Pam Bondi and whether Trump is going to address this now or kick the can down the road. Here's my opinion. I think Trump is going to kick the can down the road. By the way, he's not kicking the can down the road on anything else. Tariffs, border, Greenland, Gulf of America. Pick an issue, Trump's addressing it. But why isn't Trump addressing this? And why is this on Pam Bondi? Here's my opinion. It's kind of like the Cleveland Browns. Systemically horribly bad football team. They draft Shedeur Sanders. He's a average to below average quarterback. And everyone's focusing on him. But nobody's focusing on the fact that for 25 years, they've been horrible. They haven't had a good quarterback in decades. They haven't a winning team basically ever. So Pam Bondi, who's been the Attorney General for a year, It's kind of like, what have you done for me lately? And everyone's like, come on, Pam, let's go. This is on you. It's like, hold on. Merrick Garland was the attorney general for 4 years. What did he have to do with Epstein under Biden? Before Merrick Garland, there was Bill Barr. Bill Barr, and then you remember Jeff Sessions, and I don't recall, he had to recuse himself. What were they doing during all this? By the way, Bill Barr has been in attorney general in politics so long, he was under the Trump administration and also under the Bush administration attorney general. What does Bill Barr have to say about this? So you have a cast of characters between Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, who was under Obama. You have Alberto Gonzalez, Janet Reno under Clinton. This thing has been going on for decades. And they want to put everything on Pam Bondi, who's clearly sort of unequipped to handle all this. But the reality is, it's kind of like blaming Shador Sanders for why Cleveland Browns suck. Your organization
Wait a minute.
and she's just the latest quarterback in a crappy team.
Adam, that mental yoga, I got to back up on.
You want me to?
Nobody is putting it on Pam Bondi. We're looking at how she handled herself during a hearing. You said it, and you're talking to the whole scandal and the whole thing, and there's some weird, odd football metaphor in there. No one is putting the whole
you don't
calamity
understand how
on Pam
football
Bondi.
works? There's a quarterback,
what they're talking about,
and he's running the team.
Oh, stop! You always
and
interrupt.
if the quarterback sucks,
stop.
You're going to blame the quarterback.
Stop.
But the entire team sucks.
This is a tired technique.
So you think
this is such a tired technique, Adam? I think people should knock it down.
Not true. That's my point.
Unbelievable.
It's the administrations that have been in there over
previously.
What did Bill Barr? Bill Barr speak on this?
Well,
did Eric Holder speak on this?
That's a very good point.
Did Merrick Garland speak on this? These are the people who have been with the files for years and for decades, and you want to put it on Pam Bondi?
By the way, so if you want to play this clip, Rob, because this is a very valid argument to debate, play this clip.
Did you ask Merrick Garland that the last 4 years? Did you talk about Epstein?
I'm reclaiming my time. I'm glad you're asking about Merrick Garland.
You don't get to reclaim time
this is bigger than Watergate.
When I don't answer a question the way
this goes over 4 administrations. You don't have to go back to Biden. Let's go back to Obama. Let's go back to George Bush. This cover-up spans decades, and you are responsible for this portion of it.
And that's
now,
where the
I want to know at what point did the FBI and the DOJ decide that Lex Wessner was not a co-conspirator? Because our Epstein Files Transparency Act requires you, please put it back on the screen, please, to release the internal decision about whether to prosecute him or not, and it's not in the files, and it's not in the files for any of these other men.
I didn't even see this clip, but this is essentially what I'm saying. Is that why you played this?
Yeah, no, I'm playing it for a different reason. I'm going to go ahead.
And Adam, you make a fantastic point.
Well, explain it to Tom.
No, hear me out. I understand 1,000% your point. Nobody talked about it. Nobody cared about it. The only problem about Pam Bondi, besides the connection of her and Florida and coming in after Epstein and being the AG here, hear me out. Don't make the promises. Don't come in front of the camera and say, we have this, we have 10,000 videos, and we're going to show you. Don't be Kash Patel.
I agree with you.
Hold on. Don't be Kash Patel and say this, and I'm going to do this on day one this. Those other idiots didn't make the promises because they all kept their mouths shut. When you come out and say, I promise, I'm going to show you, I'm going to promise, and then we ask for it, and you're blocking shit, and you're covering up stuff, you're deleting this, and you're hiding co-conspirators, that's the difference. You're right. None of them talked about it because they're all implicated. All of their donors, all their friends, all their people, all the judges, all the presidents, and everything. Don't make the promise. Keep your mouth shut. That's how you kick it down kick the can down the street. That's the problem.
Well,
she made the promise.
And don't go to lunch in Washington, D.C. and shoot your mouth off to somebody and get overheard in a public restaurant.
Would you put Pam Bondi in the top 5 best performing people that they've appointed, or the bottom 5?
Bottom 5.
It's closer to the bottom, probably.
Okay, then guess what, guys? Respectfully, okay? There are certain jobs that everybody gets that's way over your head, okay? Mm-hmm. It's happened to everybody. You have to find a way to do the same thing you did to Waltz. What was Michael Waltz? What was the guy's name? What was the guy that was signaling to Israel, whatever he was doing?
He's right.
And he had a big
Michael
job.
Waltz.
Oh, Michael Waltz, right? We met him.
Mike Waltz.
Yeah, nice guy. But guess what? When that happened, what did they do? Hey, you go do UN.
Yep.
You go do, what was the job that he got? Yeah, United States Ambassador to UN.
Yep.
You go do that. You go over here. We didn't fire you. You saved face. Take Bondi, move her off to a different job.
I agree.
I don't think this is Bondi's job.
I agree 100%.
I think then also the market will react in their own way, or Bondi can simply resign and step down and go and do her own thing. But I think this continuing this way,
or
Trump, we looked at some numbers. You know what Trump's turnover ratio was in his first administration? 43% in the first year. People are getting fired left and right. You know what it is today? 28, 29. Trump's not firing people.
Yeah.
He's not firing people. And he's got to sometimes. I think he's got to fire somebody. And this is not a good look because she made the promises. She said these are the things we're going to do.
Yep.
And she got caught with James O'Keefe. And James probably likes Pam and didn't want to drop it. And he sent it to them saying, we're about to drop this. Then Pam comes in front of camera and says what they have. This is and this is true story. This is not like we're making stuff up. So for me, I think it's time. And I was hoping to see a different kind of a hearing. I don't think she performed well at all.
I'll just go real quick. I think the reason he's not firing these people who are quote unquote performing badly, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem, Kash Patel, is because they're doing what Trump wants them to do. If they were stepping out of line, this is my opinion, they were stepping out of line for what Trump wanted, they'd be gone in an instant. You're fired. What are the chances that Trump is having closed-door meetings with Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem?
Of course he is.
And he's saying, Pam, I need you to do this. Step up, Kristi. You're doing this. Put a little more makeup on. Kash, let's go. Get out there, buddy. He's a leader, and they're going to follow his lead. So if they're stepping out of line, that's when I think they'll get fired. If they're towing the company line and doing what Trump wants them to be doing, I think that's why they're safe. He keeps saying that Kristi Noem's doing a good job. He keeps saying that Pam Bondi's doing a good job. We see him very close with Lutnick. If they were stepping out of favor, they'd be gone. That's my opinion.
You're guessing at best, and I'm not going to name names. Pat knows what I'm talking about.
So what you're about to do is guess at best. Well, go ahead.
No, not at all. There are people that are there with the administration.
Tom's going to be the last one, and we're moving on. Go ahead.
There are people with the administration who are stacking up what they see every day, and not everybody is aligned with Trump. Some people are ahead of Trump. Some people are not ahead of Trump, and they're on point. And Pat and I heard a list that went top to bottom that we're not going to repeat that was factual. I'm not guessing. Not all that cabinet is aligned, and they're not gathering with a huddle and following the boss the way you just indicated. So let's just leave that there. Not everybody is there.
Then they would be fired.
Action. We'll get elected president, and then you can take care of it. But that's what's going on.
That makes no sense.
All right, let's go to the next story. Next story.
A new Faith Over Fear hat is coming soon to a theater near you, but I just wanted to say, this morning I was listening to Billy Graham, which, Pat, you told me to listen to him. You're like, Vinny, dive in and listen to him. So I'm getting ready in the morning. I'm just listening to Billy Graham, and he said something that I hadn't heard in a while, and it was the Apostle Thomas. When Jesus rose from the dead, Thomas wasn't there to see the resurrection. So Thomas goes, I'll believe that he rose if I get to put my hands in his wounds and in his side. So then he finally sees Jesus, and he goes in there. He goes, God, Thomas, God, put your hands in here. And Jesus looks at him and goes, because you have seen me, you believe. Blessed of those who haven't seen me and still believe. And in that moment, Tom, it hit me. He's talking about us. Okay, we weren't there. We didn't see Jesus walk. We didn't see him die. We didn't see him rise from the dead, but we believe, and that is faith in real time. And he's talking about us. And the last one, you mentioned the story about the Nigeria that we're sending 200 troops. Trump is sending 200 troops. They're saying they're not going to do anything crazy, but think about that. Think about the priests. Think about the parishioners in those churches that were bombed and murdered and slaughtered, and they were in that church praying and saying, please help. That is faith over fear in real time. And that's what we're about. And that's what the brand is about. And I can't tell you how many people see me with the shirt, because the shirt's on the back, and just tap me on the back and go, I'm with you. Or they see this hat and they go, where can I get that hat? So you can go on vtmerch.com, get the hat. We have the hoodies. We have Here Am I, Send Me, which is Isaiah chapter 6, verse 8 as well. But just go to vtmerch.com and pick it up.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.